Sid Bolton's in. It's a Wednesday Tech Talk, and we're going to see if, did I get it right for a change? Timeline is coming, and if you don't get rid of the old stuff on your Facebook page by the end of the month, they're for life.
Yes.
Good. I got one thing right when it comes to tech. So
yes,
the floor.
that's true. The option to opt out of Timeline is going away. In the next few weeks, it'll be forced on everybody. So if there's something you don't want to show up in your permanent timeline, now is the time.
So how long has Facebook been around?
2006.
Okay, so it's not that bad. I was going to say you're not going to look back, in 10 years on something you did 15 years ago and find out you were a dope.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Okay. What do you got?
I got props today. I want to ask you, Ted, if you take this and you add this, what do you think you might get?
I'll give you the answer I had initially until one of our great students gave it away. You got a bird in the hand and a camcorder.
Okay, do you know what this bird represents?
Well, he gave it away, and he told me it's Twitter.
Twitter,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is Twitter. This is a camcorder. What do you think you might get if you get the two things together?
Twitter-corder?
No, how about Twittamentary?
Twittamentary?
A documentary about Twitter.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. This has actually been in the works for a few years. This is actually a pretty cool project. It's licensed under the Creative Commons, which means that it's going to be available free for people to watch. This documentary is actually about how Twitter has affected the lives of people, and it's been put together basically through Twitter. I mean, the camera crew was sourced through Twitter, the people doing the stories was sourced through Twitter, and I first heard about this back in May, and I signed up the Personal Computer Museum as a place for doing a screening, and guess what? We've got it, finally.
When's it going to happen?
So March 2nd, it's coming to Brantford, and actually this is going to be the first screening in Canada. So not only is it the first screening in Brantford, but it'll be the first screening of this documentary in Canada. And the Personal Computer Museum is bringing it to you, but we're actually showing it at the new Wilfrid Laurier University Academic and Research Center. It's beautiful. If you haven't been in there, the new building's absolutely incredible. And we're using a lecture hall, of course, and really nice in there. They've got a nice screen, nice sound, and everything else. And the best part is, Ted, it's absolutely free.
Remind social networking morons like me. Character maximum on Twitter is what?
140 characters.
140 characters,
yeah.
Okay. Have they done any stats to figure out what percentage are useful information and what percentage are, I just had a banana and it had a brown spot on it?
Well, and that's exactly what this documentary talks
Okay.
about. There's some people that say, I thought Twitter was just a place to find out what somebody had for lunch. And
right.
then another guy says, hey, I like lunch, so Twitter's good for me. It's interesting to find out really what stories people have, because in the documentary there's a homeless person that uses Twitter to source things. There are people that have had things that were stolen, replaced by using Twitter. So it's pretty incredible. So if you want to see this documentary, March 2nd, it's a Friday evening at 7 o'clock. It is free, although we would ask that if you want to make a small financial donation to the museum or bring a non-perishable for the food bank. We'll be collecting for them as well. And you have to sign up, though. You have to get your tickets because it is limited seating. So just go to pcmuseum.ca. Right on the front page, you'll see the little bird. Click on the little bird, and then you'll get information on how to register for the event.
I'm glad you said limited seating, because having been there in the theater, I had this terrible feeling if it was general seating.
Yeah, there's about 200 seats available.
Right.
So there are a decent amount, but it definitely is limited, so we can't just handle people showing up at the door. So.
Okay.
Go and register. As I said, it is free and easy to do.
80 million people, I heard this morning on Facebook. Do we know the number is equivalent with Twitter?
Oh, it's more than that. 80
really?
million in what segment? In the U.S. maybe? Actually, it's even more than that. There's over 600 million people registered on Facebook.
Blame our mutual friend Tim Dennis on 610. He threw that out. I don't know.
There must have been something. What
context?
Segment of the population or something like that? It's more than
maybe
that.
It's in North America.
Nah, it's more than that.
More than 80 million people Facebooking in North America.
Of course.
Really?
Of course.
Okay, so
how many people are in the United States?
What, 400 million?
Right.
Okay.
And you think only 80 million of those people are on Facebook? No.
Well, I know they're not as wired in as we are, so, I just wondered.
No, it's bigger than that. Actually, I think FacebookStats.com or something like that. There's a website that tells you exactly, even breaks down by gender and everything else, so you can, and age, so you can figure out exactly. I think that's what it's called.
Sid, take
Something
care of
like
your
that.
bird,
I
and
will.
thanks for coming in today. We'll
Thanks.
do it again next week.
March 2nd.
March 2nd. Coming back on a Thursday, we mentioned our friends from the SPCA are going to be here. Also, Vinesh Bhagat in from the Workforce Planning Board of Grand Erie. They're going to be talking about mentoring. And if you don't have a pet, tomorrow's the day to get one. Robin Kuchma will be here with our kitty and our doggy. And as we close it out, as always, here on a Wednesday, thanks to all our great crew of volunteers, and thanks to you for doing it, Inside Brand.